Hi, this is Tim with rcnoob.com. We are back with the second part of my SCX10 Overhaul series. If you missed the first part, I generally went over what I've done to my SCX10 Classic. It was a Jeep Wrangler. I've added an SCX10-2 body to it, changed out the wheels, and that's about it for now. But now we're going to do some under the body work, some chassis upgrades. Thanks to the folks at A-Main Hobbies, they sent me a few pieces that we're going to take a look at. The first being Incision's heavy-duty drive shafts. So right now I'm running stock plastic or nylon drive shafts on this rig. It's a ready-to-run rig, and I really have not touched the drive line at all since buying it a few years ago. So we're going to swap out those stock nylon drive shafts with these much heavier shafts from Incision. For those of you not familiar with the Incision brand, it is a division of Vanquish products. Vanquish, again, they make beautiful aftermarket hop-up pieces for rigs like the SCX10 and other trail machines. Incision is their more budget-minded brand. These drive shafts retail for $59.99, and you can find them at A-Main Hobbies. Before we start working on this part swap out, let's just identify what we're going to be doing. So there are some set screws here and here that we're going to be removing, and then when we flip over the rig we have more set screws up here as well. So again, easy swap out, at least it should be. And then here are the Incision parts. It's my first experience with anything from the Incision brand, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform. I'm looking forward to just having them on this rig. They should be a very nice addition. These drive shafts are compatible with both the SCX10 Classic and the SCX10-2. So if you have either of those rigs and you're looking to make an upgrade, you can do that. Whoa, and here we go. Here's the new drive shaft. Has some definite heft to it. I think before we swap these out, I'll just do a hand weight comparison. I can tell right away that these are going to weigh quite a bit more than the stock model, and they should hold up a lot better too. Not that I've had problems with these, but you never know. If you're out on the trail and you get bound up, issues can pop up when you least expect them. By removing the stock set screws, those two are done. Now we're going to flip the rig over and get access to these others. If you're familiar with drive shafts, at least the drive shafts on the SCX10, you know how they work, and I kind of illustrated them inadvertently a moment ago. So they are a two-piece design, so they will pull apart, and that comes in handy when you are going to take them out. As you see, we just pull that out, and we have the drive shaft removed. But I wanted to give you a visual comparison between the stock nylon drive shaft, which does have metal end caps, and again the one from Incision. Now this one from Incision is all metal. And you can see it, you pull it apart, you see the splines, those are metal splines, versus the nylon splines that you have here on the stock drive shaft. And again, if you get bound up, you can twist on that and potentially strip these parts out, break it, or have something even worse happen. With this, you can twist quite a bit before you have any kind of issue. Plus, it is adding overall weight to the rig. Not much, but it's going to be nice just to have that little bit of additional lower weight to possibly help you perform a little bit better. So we've got one drive shaft off. Let's pull the other one off and get these new ones on. Again, we're on track to have a pretty quick install. We're going to pull the last set screw out here. Easy as that. Now before I remove both of the stock drive shafts, I'm going to be mindful of how this goes together. So the spline end is going to connect to the axle, or the part closest to the axle, and then the non-spline end, or the female end, will attach up to the gearbox. We'll line everything up, and we'll get this installed. I've got both the new drive shafts installed. The installation process, pretty much the reverse of the removal process. Installing the new set screws, tightening them up, making sure they're nice and snug. The only thing I'll mention is that the stock set screws used a 1.5 millimeter driver, and the Incision set screws used a 2 millimeter driver. So you're going to want to keep a couple tools handy on your workbench when you're making this swap out. Otherwise, I think they look amazing. They look much nicer when, especially when you contrast it to the dirty undercarriage that my rig currently has. So now that I've got these on here, I'm really looking forward to hitting the trail with it, but not before we make some additional adjustments and additional changes. So we've got the drive shafts installed. The other two items that A-Main Hobbies hooked me up with are a new steering servo from ProTech and some new shocks from Incision. Now, I am currently running ProLine shocks, which I like very much. However, in the interest of experimentation, I'm going to swap these out for the Incision shocks just to see how things go. Fear not, these are going to find a home on one of my other rigs, probably my Everest Gen 7, which my youngest son has claimed as his own. The more RC fanatics in this family, the happier I am. So I will gladly put these on his rig. So there you have it. Again, a nice, clean, easy install of Incision's drive shafts for the Axial SCX10 and SCX10-2. Those are $59.99 at amainhobbies.com. And once again, I do want to thank the folks at A-Main Hobbies for sending that piece of equipment my way. Be sure to tune in to our next installment of my SCX10 Overhaul series, where we will install a steering servo, and then we're saving the best for last. We're going to do the shocks, but next we're going to handle the ProTech steering servo, so be sure to check that out as well. For more information on these drive shafts, you can check out amainhobbies.com. You can also check out the write-up that I will include at some point in the description for this video, which again will have links to the product page at amainhobbies.com. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to the RC Noob YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. If you want to find out more about RC Noob, whether it's the podcast, the videos, it's social media, whatever it is, head to rcnoob.com. So until next time, keep your batteries charged up, keep your nitro topped off, and above all, keep enjoying the RC hobby.